I am here with the most recently evicted house guests, Kilby and Brazil and Nicole, to dish the dirt on Extra Whip now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven.
Chocolate.
Go! Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonbez. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 46 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Brooke is the head of household. She nominated Callum and Kennedy for eviction, and Willy Wonka nominated Jenna as the third nominee. But who will win the Golden Power Veto? We'll find out tomorrow. But first, I'm joined by Kilby, the most recently evicted house guest, and of course, Brazil and Nicole. And welcome, Kilby. You are unfortunately the last person to not make jury. Does that bother you? Did you want to be on jury, or would you rather not bother? Because some people don't want to be on jury.
It doesn't really matter. No big deal there.
Okay. Give us like a brief rundown of what you think happened last week, why you're here.
Oh, just like a really unlucky series of events. It happens. It's good. Yeah, I don't know. The wrong people won HOH, and then like basically any option I think I had basically didn't go my way there. It happens.
You did have a very, very, very unlucky week there where just about everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and you just couldn't recover. And then even Michael playing the extra vote was even like when there was like a little bit of hope and you thought maybe there was a chance, then he played the extra vote. Nope. Oops.
Yeah. See, I was actually I don't even remember. Like, I don't know if that happened. I don't know if I knew he found it or not or what. I was actually worried about Jenna's special power thing. That's what I thought was gonna screw me. So that's why I was trying to be like, what was me? I'm so dead, because on the off chance I could actually flip it, like that would, if it was obvious, then she would use that. So.
No. So the week before, you made a huge, huge, huge move in the double eviction, which even Stephanie agreed here on Extra Whip was the right move, and I think it was the right move. Any regrets on making it?
No. I maybe regret just the fact that I was in Las Vegas during that time. So literally it was like I make this big splash, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, wait, where'd he go? Like, and then people are messaging me being like, he's ghosting me, he's ignoring me. And I felt bad because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna talk to internet people while I'm on a fun trip. So that's like maybe my only regret is like maybe I wish I could time travel, move that to a different week or something like that. But I don't regret having a great time with my friends. I don't regret being a little bit splashy that way. I regret like not being able to compete and stuff, but beyond that, not a whole lot of regrets there.
Kilby, was this the first org that you played, or do you play a lot of them?
Yeah, first one ever.
No, so you play a lot. Okay.
Kilby is the winner. You won all out, correct? Wow, very impressive. Which did have at the time $1,000 prize.
Oh.
So $700. You don't need that. That's chump change. And you won 1,000 American, right? Which is like 25,000.
Yeah, at that time it was like 1,500. It was great.
He bought a house with that money. Yeah. So Nicole always says, Canada is so small and everybody knows each other. Did you happen to know any of the Canadians on the cast, or just the Americans? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really know anyone. Like, people knew me. Like, they were like, yo, I knew you from this thing or that thing. I'm like, okay, cool. But
they probably know you from like when you walk around the block and things like that. Like, they recognize
I'm actually at well, now I'm a little bit far. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm actually at a music festival tonight. So I popped out far enough away that it's not embarrassing to be talking.
So you go to Vegas, music festivals. I want your life.
You have Evan. You're fine.
I try to do something every week. Like, yeah, like honestly, like that's honestly my biggest regret is this is gonna sound rude, but I don't mean it rude, is signing up, to be honest, because I just thought it would be like a lot lower commitment, to be honest. And
there's always one or two or three or five people that say that every season about cheesecake. So
that was one of my questions that I was going to ask you. You did say that in the jury and friends chat. I meant that it's you. I think you did ask me prior to the season, is it high commitment? And I said no, because you are a co-host of Endure, which is like ultra high commitment. So I was comparing it to that.
yeah,
I mean,
which, you're totally right. I thought it would be like maybe a tier below. Honestly, it wasn't that bad, other than that my mentality was like, I'm gonna kind of troll a little bit. And so this, like, then you have to actually kind of follow up on your trolling, or else you're just in danger. But like, I also, like, my trips were unexpected. Like, I thought I was gonna be gone that first week, but then I didn't think I would be gone the next week and the week after that. Like, pretty much every weekend I was completely out of the country, not looking at my phone. So um, that's more of the part. Is like, I kind of wish I knew my schedule a little bit more there, and also that, like, people would get mad at you if you don't respond for 24 hours.
yeah.
Andrew got me involved with the same lie, to be completely honest, and I'm still here. So he says that it takes no time, and now we're here once a week still doing this.
Tiffany, Cly, and CJ can all verify that this game takes absolutely no effort. The next question I wanted to ask you, and this is a pretty important one. So Rogers had a big internet disaster last Friday, and because of that, we had to switch the veto competition. Are you the type of person, and I think I know the answer based on our little conversation in the jury and friends chat, but are you the type of person who plays the what if game and you're going to watch the veto competition, and if it's something that you would have smashed, are going to think about it for the rest of your life? Or do you not care? Or are you an ignorance is bliss type person and you don't want to watch the veto at all and know what it would have been?
Truthfully, like, I mean, once I saw that it was so it got replaced with a luck competition, and then it's like, whatever, like, the sky decides your fate kind of thing. So I wasn't too upset. I also, like, it's hard to know if you're gonna do good at things. Like, like, I think I came like second in like 6 of these competitions or something. So you never know. Like, the only one I actually regret not winning is that the one when I was HOH. I definitely should have won that. Like, I had the points there. I just was drunk in Vegas. And so, like, that's the thing, is like, I was smoking these people, or at least getting pretty damn competitive, like, hammered at a club. Like, they should be able to do a little bit better,
Which game are you referring to that you should have won?
The whatever the one was when I was HOH. I forget, like, exactly what the machinations there, but it was like there's points on the board that I missed. When I looked back, I'm like, oh shit, I wasn't looking closely.
I'm having a brain fart, so I'm going to look it
I
up.
can't even think of it either.
It's something. And Michael won it, but
Michael won it. Yeah.
Having a brain fart.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember that night. All I remember is, like, literally people messaged me the day after, like, you could have won if you just did that, right? I'm like, what? Fuck.
Why can I not think of this?
Yeah, I know. This happens to me all the time. It's still loading. Wow, my computer is really slow. I also have like a bajillion things open.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably watch the veto and then be like, I could have won it, even if I couldn't, because
chocolate milk. So
yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, were you involved in the tie? No,
but there was points before. What, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
No, you were involved in the tie because only 2 people were not involved in the tie.
Yeah. I was in the.
So you were in the 4-way tie. I think your answer in the tie was.
But before that, I could have got more points. I could have dodged the tie. That's what I realized after. But
the stay fold competition. Stay fold is always tricky because you don't want to screw it up and stay and then get the strikes and lose.
Yeah.
And then if you fold too much, then you're also going to lose. So that's definitely a tricky competition. But yeah, I agree. You and Owen both kind of kicked yourself after the fact and I think Stephanie. No, it was Jenna. Jenna also, I can't remember who it was, but somebody else had a correct answer and then decided to fold and they would have gotten the point.
I was
So-
literally at Piranha nightclub in Vegas when that was happening. And yeah, like I don't even know how I was like remotely competitive. I don't remember anything about it.
So you had the red color set for the Monopoly pieces, Kentucky Avenue, Indiana Avenue, Illinois Avenue. You get to bequeath that color set to the player of your choice. I'll let you know, I'll do a quick reminder. Purple and light blue have not been given out yet. Pink is Brooke. Orange is Michael, your bestie. Red is...
I actually really liked him. I guess he didn't like me, but I thought he was kind of a fun dude. I only talked to him for like 3 days, but like he seemed like a cool dude.
Then why did you nominate him?
Because to me it was very obvious. Like literally, I talked to everybody. I DM people. I'm like, so like, who are you working with? And everyone's like, I think Michael's my favorite. I'm like, well, if 2 of 3 people are gonna leave, then you might as well get rid of people that everybody likes. That's really all my mentality was. It was like, I like these 3 people, but everybody said that they like them, and they're not like in my top 3, so that means that they should die. Is basically all it was.
They should die.
Okay, so yeah, you're red. Yellow is Kennedy. Green is Jenna. Dark blue is Owen.
People have 2.
Sorry, what?
Can people have 2?
No, you're bequeathing the entire set to one person.
Sorry, yeah, but like if somebody that you already listed has one, can I give it to them?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm giving it to Kennedy.
Okay. So that means Kennedy will have the... Go ahead. Go ahead, Kilby.
Oh, just she was my bestie in this thing. So really the only person I talked to for more than like 8 for like more than 3 days at once. So.
And you know who Kennedy's other bestie was? Ronnie, which is how you got lumped into the pro Ronnie thing, because you kept denying that the whole season that you were a pro Ronnie.
Okay, literally, I don't think at any point I was actually like. I think Ronnie was in a group chat with me one time near the start, and then I liked everybody else in the chat, and then I just did not click with him, so I did not appreciate that narrative.
Stephanie said in the alumni, or not the alumni, the jury and friends chat, she's like, "Can we drop that, please?" I'm like, but that was a pivotal moment in the season that set up everything else. Just like Kat throwing CJ the veto in season 4 that basically dictated the second half of that season. Some seasons have a moment that shifts the game.
I don't think that's it. I really don't. Like honestly, like I voted Ronnie
because
out.
you were at Coachella, you weren't paying attention, but that moment really did impact the game.
I don't think so, because so literally dead ass. I so I kind of lied to Ronnie. I was pretty involved in getting him out. I think like I was very undermining him to everybody and being like, I kind of made some stuff up about him. Not gonna
Well,
lie.
what do you think then did change the course of the game?
I think it was just very obvious who, like, to me, it was very clear who was with who. Like, honestly, I think what did kind of change things is me because I was a fucking ghost for the first week and a half or 2 weeks or some shit. And then I think me coming in and actually becoming friends with people made it so the people who were already kind of in power had to kind of pick where to go. And I think everybody in the house, more or less, was able to kind of suss out who was actually with who pretty easily. Like, I don't think those lines were particularly shallow. Like, it was pretty easy to tell who was with who. Because, like, for example, like I was, I think, working pretty well with Callum and Kennedy. They both really liked Ronnie. I told them, like, yeah, I just didn't click with them at all, and they didn't care. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't they weren't deeply mortified by my betrayal of Ronnie. I was just like, yeah, I just didn't really trust the guy, and they were like, yeah, sure, totally makes sense. Like, I don't think it's that instrumental.
You were okay with Ronnie going once Ronnie was on the block, but the week before, when Ronnie saved Kennedy, was when there was the anti-Ronnie group formed, where there was a consortium of people who were vehemently opposed to Ronnie and who were saying in the DR, "I want him dead." And that was week 2, not week 3 when he was on the block. So
yeah, I mean, I think before then, I was pretty anti-Ronnie by that point too. Like, Owen and I had some conversations, being like, "Yo, he's got to go." Lots of people and I had, like, everybody except for those 2 were anti-Ronnie by the end of week 2, from like the thirsting in the chat all the time and stuff like that. It was a lot. Like he was just a lot. He was very obviously not trustworthy. Seems like a nice guy, but he's just not the kind of person that you're like, this is who I'm going to put my faith in.
Okay, so then let's pivot to the very interesting conversation between you, Ronnie, and Stephanie when you arrived in the jury house, which I've never had, not even a jury house, you're all pre-jurors. I've never had pre-jurors argue before. And of course, Tom is all, can't we all just get along?
Send pictures of Costco.
Yeah, and then he goes to Costco and he took a blurry picture of Costco, so he was clearly drunk from. But what happened there? Like, go ahead.
So like dead ass, like for me, I don't really understand. Like genuinely, Stephanie seems like a super awesome, cool person. I felt really bad that like literally like we were talking about like a cruise or something, and then I got on my flight, and then she had messaged like, "Who are you gonna nominate?" or something, and then so I wasn't able to see for like 6 hours, and I was out with my friends, and like kind of ended up ghosting. So I felt bad, and then but like she just took me being gone those couple days quite seriously. And so I tried to apologize like in DMs and more or less like got told to fuck off. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. But then it was just like so Karen's my friend. That's why I'm playing this game. And so when I joined and she was shit talking my girl Karen, I'm like, yo, like fuck off. Like she's actually a good friend of mine. And so I'm also just a troll. So like I'm really not upset at any point during this. Like I was like, haha, this is funny. Because it's like the spectators are just saying goofy stuff. I don't know. I don't think it really matters what they say. They don't know shit. No offense to the people on here, but I thought it was funny. And they said a funny line like, I wish Karen would just stop or something, or like would stop caring about a game they're not in. And I'm like, Stephanie, you're not in the game either, you know? Like,
you and Chantel are in a special club together of people who have been called a cunt on Big Brother Cheesecake. How did you feel about Jenna's comments, which were aired in the episode?
honestly, like I don't know how to drag too far into there. I mean, I don't particularly enjoy when people take just like game conversations and turn it personal. But you know, if anyone's gonna get called on it, I don't mind it being me. I got thick skin. I didn't really care about this game, so I really don't particularly feel too bad. So I hope that everything's okay on her end. I thought she was super cool. And I really did not mean to upset her. I just knew to me like it was something I was sitting on for a couple weeks. Early on, I thought we were pretty close. And then there was 1 week where she just wasn't giving me much information. So I did the old Facebook creep on and saw that they were friends for multiple years, that he had liked some of her photos back in 2019 and commented on a few of them. And so I'm like, okay, so they're friends. They know each other outside of this. Everybody should know that moving forward in case, you know, they're the awkward third person in their little triangle, you know?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who, I ask this every week, I'm sure you're ready for it. Who do you think is going to win the game, and who do you want to see win the game?
I think that Kennedy will win the game, and I would want Kennedy to win the game.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that. How come? I was expecting that you want her to win, but how come you think she's going to win?
She's just a smart, capable person, gamer girl legend. And yeah, I think that I mean my good pal Steven won last time. And if you know life works in patterns, that means that again my good pal Kennedy will win this time.
Mm-hmm. Science right there.
Science, research.
Can't argue with it.
It's right there. Statistics.
So obviously if you think she's going to win, should she lose the veto, do you think she'll be okay this week? Because she is on the block.
Is she on the block? Imagine she leaves when I say that. Well, I don't know who she's up against. So
for now she's up with Callum and Jenna.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like my guess is that if Brooke nominated her, there's probably something good there. Like I fully trusted Brooke. Brooke's awesome. So I hope that they're able to work things out or whatever, Bowling legend. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna switch it to I want Kennedy to win. I think Brooke's gonna win because anyone who's that good at bowling can't lose anything else.
But it's not her, it's her
It
husband.
was her
She bowled a
husband.
136.
No, but no. Okay, actually, this is my least favorite part of this entire season. So one day, Brooke was doing some bowling, right? So she was bowling away a storm. She bowled a really good score. She posted it in the chat, and then everybody commented saying how lucky she was. She was like, they're like, "Hey, Brooke, go buy a lottery ticket today because you bowled so good." And I thought that was so dismissive because it's like, no, she's just fucking good at bowling. Like that's not a fucking luck thing, That's not a like. Some people can just be good at things, and I thought it was really, really rude to be implying that she just had some lucky day when she bowls every freaking week, and she actually just got really good at it. So that was my thought there.
Okay.
That was the downfall right there.
That was it.
You checked out.
So you were unfortunately on Team Nicole, who loses a player this week. So which team, I think I know what your answer is going to be. Which team do you think has the best chance of winning? Team Brazil is Rayanne, Bridget, Michael, Javier. And Team Nicole is Jenna, Owen, Brooke, Callum, Kennedy.
The second one?
Yeah, that's basically what everybody's been saying all along.
Oh shit! I wanted to pick the other one. Fuck. No. Okay. I was literally trying to be contradictory and I fucked up. So I think that says everything there. So I'm gonna pick the first one because underdogs deserve some love.
The underdog being who?
That's Brazil, the underdog.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who is an underdog of those four? Rayanne, Bridget, Michael, Javier.
I'm about to see TLC, by the way.
Huh?
Like, don't
What?
go chasing waterfalls.
Just TNC.
Oh,
That's who's up
I
next.
thought you were talking about 90 Day
R.I.P.
Fiance on TLC.
All right, Bill.
No. And
Well,
right before this, Aqua was up, like Barbie Girl. But I don't really know many other Aqua songs, to be honest. I was like, you know what? I'm okay.
Where are you?
I-
1994?
Yeah, actually.
I
Want
see
some
you ducking
pod?
under power lines and stuff.
Like, what festival is this?
Yeah.
It's Rock the Park in London. It's nothing major.
It's what?
It's called Rock the Park. It's in London. That's where I live, unfortunately. And
London?
yeah,
No,
London, London,
I made
Canada.
the same mistake. I
London,
thought
Ontario.
Oh,
I thought Nick was in like 8 hours ahead in like actual London, and then I find out it's in Canada.
Wait a second. You thought Nick lived in London?
Well, he told me Nick, like in season 4, Nick's like, yeah, I'm in London. I'm like, oh, cool. He's British, blah, blah, blah. And then I find out it's like in Canada.
that's the worst.
Oh.
The surprise Canadian.
Yes, Nicole. Yes, there is a London in Canada, and everybody knows each other, right? Do you know Nick Kilby? Nick is from London originally.
Yeah, I know. No, I have no idea who Nick is.
Oh,
Are you gonna ask me about the
Feels
other
next door.
people?
yeah, sure. Do you want to talk about? Javier is somebody we haven't mentioned much on this show, and Callum. What do you think?
Oh,
of
I
them?
freaking love Javier. I thought he was so fun. I feel like there's a chance maybe he voted me out, but if so, I fucking love it because the dude's so funny. And I would just say, watch out, Javier. A whole lot of people were telling me they were gonna nominate you like every single week if they won, and they just didn't win. So be worried, my dude. But if I'm ever in Argentina, we're gonna go to the old people club, okay?
That reminds me. Nobody seems to get it right this season. You got 4 votes to evict. Who do you think were the 4 votes against you?
I honestly am not sure. I mean, my guess is so it was Jenna, Owen, Michael with his extra vote, and I was trying to do some quick math, and I don't know. It was somebody else. I don't know, and whoever it was, I still love you. Don't worry.
You want to take a guess?
I'm gonna say it was Rayanne.
No. Nobody seems to get their combination of votes correct. It's interesting. Probably because there's 3 nominees. That could be, and so votes are split 3 ways.
Yeah, probably. Makes it a little difficult that way.
Mhm.
You were We can't hear you, but you were also cock-blocked week 1, Kilby, for you were almost getting the fast forward. Where is it? Oh shit, I lost it.
You're muted.
I changed.
There you go.
Hold on one sec. I'm just getting the voting history because you were cock-blocked week 1. You almost had the fast forward. I think you got 1 vote against, or was it 2? There we go. It's loading.
But I really think that me being gone that first week really was a huge shift in the game, because I think Owen and I had a really good bond, and because he nominated me, he could never trust me again. He had this weird internal block, and so that kind of sucked. But c'est la vie.
So I did mention in the episode that you being gone early on, even though you recovered in the short term, it kind of hurts you in the long term. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I really think for me, groups already formed, and then even Steph said it in her video thing last week of once he showed up and was capable, it was it put a spotlight on me, because I had to enter, I had to make my fashionable appearance. See the SpongeBob shirt? That's how fashionable
I like it.
was. It's so grotesque. And so there's just kind of a spotlight on me if I talk to anybody, right? It was oh, the guy who wasn't here is here now. And I never stopped being busy. I started being able to message, but I never stopped being busy. So it was tricky, because it's how do you what I ended up doing is just picking some people to talk to and some people not to. And so I think that's why there's this really weird, some people are who the fuck is this guy? And then some people being I will die for that man. I only had the time to kind of talk to half the people. And then half the people had already written me off because they already had their group week 1. That being, Owen, Jenna, Stephanie, Michael. Just remember that's a 4 everybody to be worried about. Obviously that's a 3 now, but.
You just reminded me of how you were always busy, and Jonathan would always pretend to be busy, but he was just eating chicken nuggets and petting his dog Ryland. I'll never forget that. It was he and I'm not making fun of him. I remember he messaged me in DR and said, "I'm pretending to be busy so I don't have to talk to anybody, but really I'm just eating chicken nuggets."
I wish. I mean, honestly, some nights I probably would. I'm so but some of the people I'm not a big texter. I like to call somebody something.
So that's all the questions I have. Brazil, Nicole, is there anything else you want to ask, Kilby?
Wait, who's never mentioned? Because I want to make sure, because some people get sad, right, when they're not they're putting so much time into this, and then they're not mentioned on this. So
oh, you mean that McRae lookalike on Big Brother 24 who doesn't say anything but looks just like McRae? Yeah, that guy.
Sure.
Okay. I think his name is Dexter.
He's cool. He's doing a play, and apparently he's on the. Sorry, dog.
I think. Oh, he's talking about Owen, right? Owen's in a play.
No. Callum's in a play.
Callum.
What? Callum acts?
Yeah, he's in 42nd Street or something like that. So that's gonna go awesome. Everybody should go see his show. Who else is not?
Javier. But I feel like Javier's a dark horse of the season.
Oh, Javier's freaking awesome. I think he should worry a little bit. I feel like people might not be respecting his game too much, but I do. But I'm not a juror, so that doesn't matter.
Bridget.
She's cool. I hope. Oh no, she couldn't have voted me out. She was on the block, so that's good. Keep being awesome.
Brooke.
I feel like Rand's not talked about much either.
Because she hasn't played in any vetoes or ever been head of household.
Yeah, Rihanna was weird because she seemed cool, but she also seemed cool with everybody. So I had a hard time knowing whether we had a strong bond or not. But I did enjoy our conversations. And the fact that I'm guessing that means she didn't vote me out is good, because I really did think it was probably her of the few options.
And last but not least, because we gotta go, but Michael.
Dude seems cool. I mean, I feel bad that I literally ghosted that guy for 18 days by accident. I forgot he was in the game. And I scrolled up and someone was like, "Hey, we should make a thing with Michael." And I was like, "Who the fuck is Michael?" And then looked and I was like, "Oh, that's not gonna work out."
I will say this was quite refreshing because I expected you to either say a lot of shit about the house guests or say a lot of shit about the game. And you were actually a good sport tonight. I'm impressed. But I like you either way. I like the sassy Kilby and I like the nice Kilby. So
I think people just read me wrong. Like, I really do not get upset. So that's why I was like, wait, why are they mad at me? Like, I don't understand. But whatever. Live your life.
and with that said, who will win the Golden Power Veto? Find out tomorrow in Brazil's other favorite Golden Power Veto competition. And no, don't go away. I wasn't done with him. Anyway, Monday is the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final 3 nominees plead their case, and Joanne has a recipe for us. I'm debating whether or not to add olives. So either let me know if you're pro olive or anti olive in your chats. Pro? Okay, good. I'll add olives to it. Well, for now, there's going to be votes. And there's something else. Oh, and the special Lindor sampler will be Tuesday, where somebody could gain a vote, double a vote, or lose a vote. And Wednesday's the next live eviction and head of household competition where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house. Get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate, lose their shot at the $7 cash prize, and become the first member of the jury. I'm Andrew Chefs of Moonbest. Take care, and remember, if you think peanut butter isn't the best flavor of M&Ms, consult a brain surgeon for a neurosurgeon for a brain lobotomy. And Brazil, you made a face. Really? Not peanut butter?
No, I was laughing at the quote because I knew the quote was coming.
Good. Okay. Good night.